Hey guys, this is Mara the Reading Hedgehog with my video review of Love Letters to the Dead by Ava Dellaira. I look forward to when I actually know how to pronounce her name. So this is another book that's been floating around on the BookTube channel, getting lots of hype and stuff, and so I decided to pick it up because I'm meeting the author June 19th, which is really exciting. So kind of what it's about. Laurel is just started high school, and she gets an assignment for her English class to write a letter to a dead famous person. And she chooses Kurt Cobain because her older sister May really liked him, and May's dead, by the way. But then Laurel starts writing more than one letter, and she starts chronicling her life as starting high school, falling in love for the first time, what's happened to her family since May died. She starts chronicling all this stuff through her letters. And she writes to more people than just Kurt Cobain. She writes to Amy Winehouse, Janis Joplin, Amelia Earhart, and a bunch of others. And she never turns any of these letters in. So I gave this book 2 out of 5 strawberries, and I'm actually still thinking about that rating. I may give it more. I don't know. This book left me very contemplative. It's been a long time since I've read a book that has left me very unsure about how I felt about it. It's contemporary, obviously, and I don't do contemporary, but I already listed the reasons I picked this up. So the writing style was very good. I'm always drawn into books that are told like through journals or letters or just, uniquely narrated, so I did enjoy that. I didn't care about anyone. That's not really the right, and this is why I'm still having to think about my rating. I don't know. I think in many ways it deserves more than 2 strawberries, but I'm not sure how I felt about it. Laurel is a very messed up kid. She has gone through a lot of stuff, and as you read the book, you find out how much she's really gone through. And once you get the final piece of what happened the night that May died, then a lot of her choices and the way she behaves makes sense, and I felt very bad for her. Throughout the majority of this book, I thought she was stupid. She kept making the stupid decisions. She kept following the crowd. She never thought for herself. She just like, oh, well, my new friends are doing that, so I'm gonna do it. I don't feel sorry for people like that. And I didn't like her friends. They were bad influences. And the love interest, Sky, he was okay. I didn't dislike him all that much. I didn't really care either. This book does detail a lot of high school drama because, like I said, she's chronicling her life starting high school and stuff. In this book discusses a lot of very important topics like drug use and alcohol abuse and sexual content like rape and molestation and date drugs and stuff like that, religion. Her 2 friends, whose names I've forgotten, I will have, if you want to find out like all these names, read my review on my blog. I'll link it below. It'll be much more detailed. But her 2 friends are lesbians, and so it kind of deals with, dealing with that in high school. And surprisingly, it didn't bother me because it didn't really feel like the author was making a statement. It felt like they were lesbians because that's who they were. So I was okay with it. It did not feel like the author was pushing an agenda, so I didn't mind. But yeah, so I mean, it was really, this book it's not a light read. It is very sobering. It like deals with all those subjects. There's not a glimmer of humor in it, and it just, you follow this character Laurel who just keeps making bad decision after bad decision. And it was painful, and I didn't feel bad for her at all, just because it's like, no one's forcing you to make these decisions. But with some of them, when you find it, like I said, when you find out what happened the night that May died, it's an explanation, and it made more sense rather than her just being stupid all the time. I have to say, if this book had not ended the way it did, I wouldn't have liked it, because I would have been like, what was the point of all this if she wasn't, if it wasn't going to end with a hopeful note, and it does. So yeah, I mean, I'm really having to think about when I'm rating it, because I think the way I reacted to it is the way you're supposed to. And so if I gave the right reaction, then really this book deserves more than 2 strawberries, because it accomplished what it was supposed to accomplish. But when I read it, I guess I was expecting something a little, not lighthearted, but not so depressing. And it just left me feeling very, very contemplative and very sobered, and I had to pick up a very chunky middle grade fantasy after this. And yeah, I don't know, this book is very interesting. It's not a light read. It explores a lot of tough topics, but it explores them in a very good way, and it doesn't paint any of the situations as good things. With some of them, it's kind of like, well, that's part of growing up and becoming a teen, and with those situations, I disagree. They're just stupid decisions. Not everyone makes them, not everyone has to. You don't have to go out and get drunk. That's not part of growing up. But overall, I thought the author handled the topics very well and very delicately, and without brushing over it. It's a very raw, emotional read. Even if you don't care about the characters, it just is because of the situations it deals with. So obviously this is rather heavy in content. In the content era, it's got a lot of language, deals with a lot of sexual stuff, and kind of gets pretty explicit in some areas. But I don't want to say I disliked it. I'm having to negotiate how I feel about it. So for now, 2 out of 5 strawberries, but I probably will re-rate it once I've had more time to think about it and have written my review, and yeah, just kind of absorbed how this book made me feel. So if you're in the mood for a very sobering read, pick this one up. It's good, and it's got a lovely cover, but yeah, not entirely what I was expecting. If you've read this or have questions about it, please feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I will see you with my next video. Bye!